Greetings YouTube, Remarkable Republican here once again to bring you the truth with a truth-flavored bias. Today we're taking a look at My Little Pony. Famously, it is a cartoon and toy line for girls. We'll be focusing primarily on the toys as I am completely unfamiliar with the cartoon. What we're going to talk about is how this toy line has managed to corrupt American females for the last few decades and how that is having a devastating impact on American society today. It first occurred to me that My Little Pony had had a major and negative impact on American society when I watched the Netflix documentary series The Toys That Made Us. This is a documentary series about various children's toys from the 1980s. The title and content reveal that toy makers were actively trying to shape children's minds. It is not the toys we enjoyed, the toys we chose, or the toys we played with. It is the toys that made us. The wording is highly significant and suggestive. This is clearly something that is subtly poking fun at us while pretending to celebrate our childhoods with us. Toys and cartoons play a major role in shaping the identity, imagination, and morality of children during the most impressionable stage of their development. I really thought more about that as I was watching the show, and I saw a lot of super fans and collectors whose lives have been really shaped and molded by the toys they played with as kids. And when I think about myself, I do realize that my childhood was heavily shaped by the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. So, I can only feel that it would be equally impactful for girls who grew up playing with My Little Pony. And as I was watching it, I realized that there was a very strong link between an interest in My Little Pony and female behaviors of women who are my generation. One thing that I really like about the show, The Toys That Made Us, is that they do a great job of showing how each toy was originally developed and then how it evolved. My Little Pony started out as a basic horse toy that a man developed that women would have gravitated to. However, the plug was pulled on that in favor of a woman's idea. She was basically promoted over this guy because of affirmative action, and her idea was to make the little ponies smaller and more colorful. One of her early designs is seen here. And while it evolved quite a bit after she left the company she was working for, the basic idea is that each horse would be different because they would have a different rump design. A rump design is a drawing with different colors or patterns on the back flank of a horse on one of the legs. And effectively what these are tattoos, and each tattoo will denote a different identity or personality for the horse. The horses later also acquired unnatural hair colors. Some of them were green and pink and purple and blue and yellow and all kinds of other things that you would never see in nature. Horses are basically brown, black, white, and blonde, and that's all you'll ever see in nature. And I also want to point out that women who came of age between 1995 and 2010 pretty much all played with these so-called toys. But as I will show, these toys were really just propaganda pieces to push a social agenda. So let's look back at that demographic of women who were born between 1995 and 2010. As of the time of this recording in 2019, that would make them about 27 to 43 years old. If you've ever been out at bars or in other places, you will notice that all of the women in that age demographic, or damn near all of them, have tramp stamps. That's no coincidence, because these are the same women who, when they were girls, were playing with My Little Pony. And the lesson that millennial women learn from their My Little Pony dolls is that the only way for them to express their personality is through tattoos, especially tramp stamps, which are the closest thing that a human can get to a rump design, piercings, wild hair colors, and also radical feminism. Yes, there's a link between My Little Pony and radical feminism. This is a basically all-female society, whether you're looking at all of the toys or the cartoons. And that is trying to convey the message that they don't need men. And that's why so many women get these hideous tattoos on their lower backs. They don't care what men think. And that is something that stems directly from both feminism and from the teachings of My Little Pony. Some of the My Little Pony figures, furthermore, were clearly party girls. And if you've ever noticed, women today are far looser in their morality than ever before. They give it up to any and all strangers. They also are much less likely to stay home and raise their children, if they even have them in the first place. Women currently aged 27 to 43, therefore, are not wife material due to the damage that My Little Pony inflicted on their minds and bodies when they were little girls. So what is to be done about this? How do we correct this evil? In order to protect the young girls who will one day grow up to become wives and mothers, we must protect them from the nefarious influences of children's cartoons and toys which seek to undermine and undercut the morality that their parents try to instill in them. This is important both for the girls themselves, who deserve to have good lives and to have their minds uncorrupted, and also for all of the young boys out there who will one day grow up and seek a decent wife and partner. This is something that is vital for the future of our civilization. Our country's continued dominance in the world depends very much upon having boys who grow up to be men and girls who grow up to be women. So we must be much, much more vigilant about the kinds of material that we allow children to view and the toys that we allow them to play with. I won't speak to all toys or shows, but I can say definitively that My Little Pony is a disgrace and that it should be banned, or at the very least heavily taxed, in order to discourage its consumption and distribution. We need to return to more wholesome, rational toys and shows for both boys and girls that are high quality and which convey good morals. Another show that springs to mind as something that really needs to be abolished is SpongeBob SquarePants, a nonsensical, loud, and obnoxious piece of shit cartoon that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. That one just encourages people to be dumb. But My Little Pony encourages girls to be degenerate and to get tramp stamps. Until next time, I'm Remarkable Republican. Let me know if you enjoy this series, because I am more than willing to make more videos on other toys and cartoons which are a threat to America's endangered youth. Bringing you the truth with a truth-flavored bias, signing out.